Ready, steady, go.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Huoshan Hunters Guild. Uh, last, when we last left off, uh, y'all had ventured further into the Shadow Plains, talking with the elder of the village that you first spotted when you entered the Shadow Plains, explained of a place to where, uh, the far north or south, I don't remember where you're going.
We were heading north, I believe.
Yeah, to the far north where you're heading. Is that in that territory is ruled by a warlock. And it seems that to the place that you need to go, it seems you're going to have to potentially fight this person. The
Did the,
elder also explains that he has in his command a series of monsters called the Nightshades. After conversing with the elder and him giving you directions to the place, you proceeded to leave and reunite with Demiron, who was being escorted to you by the Jack of Clubs. After you all reunited, the Jack of Clubs disappeared, heading back to wherever he came from. And you all carried on. You encountered, well, not encountered, well, more saw a group, a race within the Shadow Plains forests known as the Zizeriak. They did not seem to attack, and none of you attacked them, so you just left them be and move on. As the party strolled on, they came across a small caravan of slavers, taking with them about a dozen or so slaves. You all decided to free the slaves, in which they immediately revolted and slaughtered their captors, reclaimed their equipment, and disappeared into the night. Unfortunately, while rummaging through their remains, you find out that these slaves were going directly to Zankuthan. And so after that, you continued to travel for a few more hours until you finally rested. Lucas was given a dream from Shangri-La. The session ended last week with you all waking up and preparing to head back out. So that is where we will start off. It is the morning, or at least morning in terms of the shadow plane. It is dark. Kabadath is just outside of the encampment y'all made, kind of slouching over a tree. He still does not look too hot.
I forget. What did he say was wrong last time? I know we asked him.
Uh, I believe he said it's nothing. It will pass, or at least something uh to that nature. He did say once you are all ready to meet up with him. At least I believe he did. And if he didn't, I'm gonna say he did.
I'm pretty sure he said something to that effect.
Yeah. So yeah, do you all pack up and get ready to head back out?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So once you all pack up your stuff and regroup with Kabadath, you all continue. You can see in the distance an odd shimmering light.
Mm.
It has a very faint violet glow. And in the far distance, you can hear the groaning of multiple undead. However, looking around, at least as far as you can see, they don't seem to be anywhere near you. And as you continue, it actually seems like the
Hi.
groaning is getting quieter and quieter, indicating that they're actually moving in the opposite direction of where you are. Were you gonna say something, Lily?
No, I'm just looking up something
Okay.
for a second.
All right.
I feel like I have a spell for this, but I'm not sure. No, I do not. Okay.
Okay. Let me turn this up just a little bit. Okay. After about another hour of traveling, you all finally exit the swampy area, leading into what would be considered kind of more of a beach area.
I don't like sand.
Did we get the beach episode finally?
Yeah, it's the beach episode in the Shadow
In the
Plains.
Shadow Plains.
Don't
Don't get
Fuck this.
don't swim in the water.
and don't get the shadow sand between your toes.
I can swim in the water. I've got necrotic resistance.
At least we won't get sunburned.
Do you do you have necrotic resistance 50?
50? No, but 20, yes.
It's yeah, it's pretty bad. So as you exit the forest, we see this long stretch of beach leading out into these waves of glowing, glimmering black liquid. It looks like mercury, but a much darker color. Down one of the down in one of the areas, you can see a small hut with a pier and a interesting looking ship. It seems to be made of mostly wood. However, the underside also seems to have this kind of odd glow to it. Kebadath speaks up. There. There is where we will ferry across the negative energy. He begins kind of walking down, going a bit slow. The the beach is kind of steep. Not steep enough to where you would need uh, to make acrobatics,
Or climb.
but
So, Kebada,
yes.
are you sure there's no nightshades in the water that might rise up and attack?
I cannot be sure of that. I do not know, honestly.
Well, let's just try to get across as quickly as possible.
And there is a reason why we're not going over it, right? Or is that just something no one thought about until now?
We'd be spotted, probably, by the nightshades flying in the sky.
Well, then we'll do with them that we do all the other things that look horrible and are receptive to bullets.
I also doubt we have the means to travel that far in the air.
It is quite a far journey.
And Waffle left his
least-
boat at home.
Yeah. At least a day's travel on the boat, if all things go well.
You know, if they cross this all the time, they must have some way of dealing with it, if there are. It's obviously... it obviously has some kind of magical protection.
Kebadath nods. It has been a while since I've returned to this place, so I am not exactly sure myself. Perhaps the ferryman can explain it better.
Perhaps.
Let us go. We're wasting time talking. See him kind of just wobble down the slope, walking further down to the small hut. You all follow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So you all make it to the hut, and Kebadath knocks on the door. The door opens, and a small tiefling comes out. It looks up. You're here for the ride.
Yeah, that we are.
Hmm. Not many people going across the sea anymore. Ain't much on the other side aside from monsters.
Well, clearly there's enough that you keep your boat running.
Unfortunately, past the Warlock's territory, a place people need to get to. Some people are forced to make that pilgrimage through. Ain't no other way around anymore. Not since this happened, he says, pointing to the sea of negative energy.
Yeah, we're more or less in that situation.
Well, if you all want to ride, it's 50 gold apiece.
Seems reasonable enough.
You'd be surprised. In any case, pay up or start swimming.
I start swimming.
Ooh,
Oh, no.
You won't get 1 copper from me.
This
Yeah.
is my gold.
Lily is immune to negative energy, but then she forgets She doesn't know how to swim and she suffocates.
Lily, no.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Well,
It'll be like at least a minute before anything bad happens. Yeah, so I give them the money.
Me too.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
So you all give him the money?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
And so do
Okay.
Waffle and Ryan. They don't have a choice.
Of course. Just they're just standing there, and just Kevdot just reaches into their pockets and gives the guy 50 gold.
I'm a cat.
Hey
I'm
Ryan,
a
you
goat.
wouldn't mind paying for me, right? Oh, thanks. Pulls out his-
How generous of you.
Ah, how generous! Another 100.
He pays for
Oh,
everyone.
What's that, Ryan? You want to pay for the entire party?
Oh
Man,
my
Ryan's such a good friend.
God, he's such a great friend. Hold on, let's see what the dice say. The dice say he pays for the whole party.
Wow.
What a great guy. So that's 50 times 7, 350. Alright, so, well, everyone pays. And he kind of just counts it over. And then steps back in and shuts the door. You hear some rummaging inside, and then after a couple minutes, he comes out with this kind of long, glowing rod.
Can I make a spellcraft check?
Sure.
Or, just wait to see what it does.
Yeah, sure. He looks at you all. Alright, get on. He begins walking over, and he actually does begin explaining. The problem with an entire sea of negative energy is, well, it destroys pretty much everything it touches. Not just living creatures, but, well, materials as well. So, Zankuthan had this built. He points at the glowing energy surrounding the bottom of the boat and points his staff as well. Both this and the boat have a small protection of positive energy that counteracts the damage that the negative energy could do. So, negative energy damages, positive energy heals it. Of course, if you fall in, ain't nothing nobody can do about that. So don't fall in.
We don't plan to.
Good. He gets onto the boat and kind of just begins undoing some chains, which flop over onto the dock. Trip will take about a day. We have a small compartment in the boat containing some rations and drink for the trip. Help yourself to them. He gets to the front and kind of dips the rod into the water, and kind of like a gondola, he starts pushing the boat.
So, should we be worried about encountering any nightshades or anything in the water?
Nightshades, no, but there are a few undead who lurk beneath the waters.
Just how deep is this?
Well, this rod is about 60 feet, 70 feet long, give or take. And the deepest parts are about 50 feet.
Wait, hold on. Didn't you say that everything dies under the water? Undead, living, rock,
Well,
whatever?
if it's negative energy, it won't
The
affect
undead
it
are
won't
few.
affect the unliving.
Well, he specifically said it would affect the unliving, though. So I'm wondering if this guy knows what he's talking about.
Negative energy is a form of decay. Entropy.
Yeah, I get the logistics of it, but it doesn't exactly sit easy with me when the person who's pushing us across the river is the same person telling us the wrong facts.
Maybe you could try flying or teleporting across.
You know what? Whatever. Fine. I'll just let this guy have his incompetence, have his moments. Wake me up when we're all dying, or something similar. And she goes underneath the deck and falls asleep.
Alright. So about an hour passes. I'm gonna need everyone to make me a will save.
Is this mind affecting?
No,
Is it a spell?
it is a spell.
Good. I'm glad. Oh,
Nice.
good. 14 club.
I'm guessing a 19 isn't even good enough, is it?
No. So from the ferryman's perspective. Just like, the seas are surprisingly calm today. So don't you worry. We'll have you across across this sea as soon as all of a sudden he hears a whoosh, turns around and goes, "Possi." He sees you're all gone. Oh. Uh-oh. From your perspective, when he says that, as soon as Pasa, you all suddenly see a flash of light, and in the next moment, find yourself in this kind of dark, stony throne room.
Do I wake up?
Uh, that depends. Are you woken up from being teleported?
I think you could answer that too.
I mean,
Lawrence.
yeah, you're pretty much forcefully woken up.
I'm just saying, teleported slightly above the ground and then slammed against it.
Yeah. About 5 feet above the ground, and you all collapse to the ground. Is that the right one? I can't remember how to do the move. Or is it dot play?
It's dot.
It stopped from moving.
Ink. Why is it not working? Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Bard's been dead for a while.
No, they're. Oh. Yeah, whatever.
I'm gonna turn it down a bit. So you find yourself in a dark, stony throne room. Black flames light up the room. And sitting in the very center, I'm gonna. Do I have a? Alright, yeah. Okay, why didn't it save? Hang on. There we go. Alright. Sitting in the center on this kind of half stone, half skull throne room.
Hello.
Hello. You have some answering to do.
Then you have some questions to ask.
Oh, such as?
Well, you wanted answers.
Hmm. Yes. I'd like to know why a bunch of animals are freeing my slaves.
We weren't aware they were your slaves. We were just doing what felt right to us.
You realize where you are, correct?
It's a big place.
It's a plane of shadows?
And who do you think rules this plane?
I assume you are Zon Kuthon,
Son
right?
of God.
Kabadath looks around, looks over to you. The figure sits forward. I am, indeed, Zan Kuthan. And unfortunately for you, you've committed a grievous crime in my lands.
Okay,
We're just
excellent.
here to kill Nyarlathotep. The closer we get to that goal, the further we'll get from interfering with whatever you want.
This was all a misunderstanding anyway. We we wouldn't have freed those slaves if we knew we weren't supposed to.
I'm sure you've already been told that slave trading is legal within my lands.
Like I said, it's all a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding. Misunderstanding or not, you still did the deed. And now, I have to send my men to round up another batch of slaves.
Well, if your original subordinates were qualified enough to not be killed by 20 slaves, maybe they wouldn't be necessary.
Kabadath just immediately goes, Lily!
Alright, we broke your rules. Who cares? So if you're gonna talk shit, just tell us the punishment, and we'll serve our time, and we'll get out, okay? Let's skip the formalities. Let's get to the point. I've had enough. I've been woken up by you very abruptly. I would like to have a straight answer today. For once.
You want your punishment? Fine. The lot of you will take your place for the slaves I lost.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. Do you think I wouldn't bring you here if I wasn't going to punish you for your crimes?
And you're sure that you don't want something more practical?
Such as?
Well, there's plenty of things that I could provide, given my position. And my associates.
And what can you provide to a god other than your screams?
The screams of many, many others.
Continue.
You see, we have a very large cult problem with a rival god. What if I provided you all of his subjects?
He stands up, walking over to a window. You say you are battling the crawling chaos.
That is correct.
That is a name I would hope to have never heard of again.
I hear you.
He's trying to regain his power.
And it's our mission to stop him.
I'm sure you've all heard the story, correct?
Of the heroes who stopped him, sent him to hell, he escaped. Yeah, we got that.
Let me guess, it's wrong.
2 of the kings of Ulagor were my faithful subjects. And I'd hope their victory would spell the end of him. But it seems I was wrong. Unfortunately, your world is foreign to me. And aside from him, I have no power in your world. No way to take what you offer.
You assume that I have no way to send what I offer.
Hmm. I am conflicted between your offer and the ever-growing threat, Nyarlathotep. But I'm also conflicted between my duties as the ruler of this place.
Well, from my perspective, it would seem less out of the well-being of this place and more out of vengeance. To take only a few slaves when you could get many.
He waves his hand, and out from the shadows come these monstrous humanoid creatures with multiple limbs. I shall test you. Defeat my guard, and I'll let you go. Fail, and your souls are mine. I believe that is a fair trade. For the offer you propose.
Let's get this over with.
Alright. Only some initiatives.
We are in a castle, right? So
You are kind of it is a castle area, or at least
does
as
it,
far as
does it count as underground or urban?
no.
Because I believe buildings count as urban, but whatever. I'll take a no.
$14 again. Great.
Alright. Alright, who got 25 or higher? No,
Me.
Bow net 20'd. Who else got 25 or higher?
Got 24.
Alright.
Dex mod is currently 6.
What is this guy's Dex mod?
It looks like it's 7.
Less. Actually less. So
Oh, you're feet.
who else? Okay. So who got 20 or higher? Lucas, you got
Willie
24.
got 20.
Alright, who got 15 or higher? Who got 10 or higher?
I got 14.
I got 13.
Nadine, what is your Dex mod?
Right now it's a +4.
Okay. They got Bao, Lucas, Lily, Nadine, Wyoming. Missing Brox and Waffle. Okay, so, alright, that's everything. Alright. That is initiative. So, top of the round. Bow.
Right. I'm gonna start with a. Well, what did you say these guys were? Or did you?
Well, hold up. First off, is that how you clear? I don't know how to clear the queue. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. I don't know how to use Moo instead of Music Bot.
It's okay. I'll cut it out in the edit.
Yeah, no, you won't.
Hey, you don't. I will. I'll do it.
Alright, there we go. Alright, now, finally, top of the round. So, Bao, everyone in the party, you are about 30 feet apart from these monsters.
That is a good range to be at. I just. I get the feeling that mind affecting effects won't affect these guys.
I don't know, it doesn't say they don't.
Well, then.
I bet they're pain though.
You bet what?
I bet they're probably pain effects.
Well, then I won't try to inflict pain on them. I'll use a swift action to evil eye one of them. So he needs to make a will save.
Is Evil Eye triggered by spell resistance?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So we'll say
DC
will,
22.
what is their will? Oof.
Ooh.
They failed.
Well, one of them. It's only targeting
One of them failed. Well, they failed.
Then his saving throws are reduced by 4.
All right.
And then I will cast Ice Spears. 1 spear for each of them. And they need to make a reflex save against that.
Triggered by they triggered by SR?
That's a good question. Let me check.
Well, what was it?
No spell resistance.
So these guys are not undead, right? They're kind
They are not undead, and yes, they are cut. All right. So, Bao, you hit them with the ice spears. They just seem to shatter against their bodies and do nothing.
Oh boy.
Is it because of their cold immunity?
Probably.
It might be.
Well, it also does piercing damage.
Oh, okay. Well,
Right.
it'll probably just do the piercing damage. So, let me get the reflexes. What are the DC?
DC is still 22.
One fail.
Well, you said -4, right?
Oh yeah, right. It's even less than that.
Well,
Well, okay. Well, so -4. Only still one passes. Or wait, 7, 27 -4, 23. So only one of them pass, and it's only doing piercing damage and not cold.
okay. Then the one that passed takes half. I'm not even going to roll the cold damage. The one that
Okay.
passed takes half of this. The one that failed takes full. And
All right.
the one that failed also gets a trip attempt from me.
All right, they're tripped.
Well, the one that failed is tripped.
Yeah, well, the one that failed is tripped. When I say they're tripped, you know what I mean. I don't exactly think these things have a gender.
How inconsiderate of you.
Yeah, did you just assume
just
their lack of
assume.
gender?
I will assume they are. All right, you know what? They are.
Attack helicopters.
Oh yeah, two failed. Do you need to just do one trip for both of them, or?
That's a. Well, if he passed his reflex save, then I don't even do a trip.
Only one passed.
Yeah, so
But
I don't.
two did fail.
Yeah, 2 of them failed.
Wait, how many are there?
There
There
are three.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I just assumed there were 2. Then yes, I do need to make another trip.
So wait, are there only 3 enemies entire?
Yes.
In the group? Okay. Are they close to each other?
They are 30. They're 30 feet apart from you guys and 15 feet apart from each other.
Okay.
33 will not trip the other one.
Okay, then one is tripped.
Yeah.
Is that the one that was evil-eyed as well?
Yes.
Okay. And then I use my move action to keep the evil eye up longer.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up is Titan number 1. He's going to spend his move action getting up, and that's going to be his turn. Lucas. It is your turn.
Here I am. Which one goes after me? Is it one that is tripped, or the one that is not?
The next one that goes after you is the one that is not tripped.
All right. I am going to.
And the
cast
one that was tripped just got up.
Okay, I'm going to cast Pouncing Fury as a standard action and move up, 15 feet, and that will be my. And just like back Titan closer a bit.
Alright, you're only moving up 15 feet?
Only 15.
Okay. You doing anything or no?
Nothing but casting that spell.
Alright, is that your
Oh,
turn?
and raging, of course. Forgot. Almost forgot. That is my turn.
Alright. Chitin number 2. He's going to move up to where he is 10 feet away from you, Lucas.
All right.
And 4 attacks are coming in.
He's got reach. After this happens.
Oh yeah, how large are these things, by the way?
They are large size.
Okay.
How close are they to each other?
They're 15 feet apart from each other. 39 to hit.
Yes, that hit.
Alright. Oh, actually, that's a potential crit. 22? Probably misses.
Not confirmed. Nope, not confirmed.
It's hitting, but it's not critting. So. Alright. You take 14 damage and 3 points of bleed.
All right.
Second attack coming in. 36.
I don't believe so. I need to check.
If you could.
36 is meets beats.
Alright. Take 9 points of damage and
Uh,
I don't
so
bleed stacks, right?
I don't think bleed stacks, but I think the highest one.
yeah,
Alright.
the highest one.
Well, now it's 5 points of bleed. Third attack. 25 misses and 24 misses. Alright, that's its turn.
All right, not bad.
So who's next?
Next up, Lily.
Okay. So Lily is gonna see that happen. Oh. Oh, that thing that just attacked Lucas is gonna need a reflex save.
Alright.
Lucas!
23.
It just fails. So
Oof.
it. Hold on, I forgot to roll caster level. Oh, max. So that's a 14 caster level.
Alright, I got a quick question. Whatever you're doing, does it trigger SR?
No.
Oh, alright.
Creating a hungry pit below this thing,
Oh no!
which is the size of it.
He goes, ah!
So yeah. I believe it's 70 feet deep, so he takes. That's 76 of falling.
Takes 26 points of damage.
Yeah, and he'll need to make climb checks to scale it to get out. And
Does he
he'll
have
take-
climb? It doesn't have climb.
Oh, it doesn't even have a climb skill.
It doesn't even have a climb skill.
So I don't think it can get out.
Uh,
And this pit will last for 15 rounds and do 46 bludgeoning damage every round
oh boy.
with a reflex save to have it.
Well, all right.
Okay.
That's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nadine, it's your turn.
Alright, so how many of these things are not in a pit right now?
Two of them.
Are
That
they
could
both
change if they
still
get pushed in the pit, but
right? Yeah. Is so they're both still 15 feet away from each other, right?
No. The two that are still up, they're on the kind of like on the very edges. So these two are actually 30 feet apart from each other.
Ah, plan ruined.
The one in the middle, they would have made each one of them 15 feet apart. But now with the middle one gone, they're 30 feet apart.
Alright, so I'll activate Focus Aim, and that'll give equal bonus damage equal to Charisma modifier for this turn. I'm gonna take the habanero rifle, and I'm gonna shoot each of them.
All right. That'll hit. That'll hit. All right. They take some damage. 48. I need to pull up a calculator. Good thing I still have it open. All right. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I think that's sufficient.
All right. Chitin number 3. He's not happy about that. So he's coming your way, Nadine.
Does he pass me by?
Uh let's see. He will pass he will pass you and he will pass Wyoming.
Alright, he's
So
getting
both
2 attacks coming in.
how many attacks do you get?
2 because of something here that I just passed.
Okay.
Next, Wyoming, you go first. Well,
Wyoming's still flat-footed.
Oh yeah, right.
Yes,
He
yes,
hasn't had his turn yet.
combat reflexes let you do that while flat-footed.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Technically he would have passed Lucas first, but whatever.
Just because it's slow shoot.
29 hits. 41 hits.
Focus weapon, roll damage. And... Alright.
Okay.
29 hit.
29 hits.
I forgot acid damage. So if that helps. That's my damage.
Okay. He's taking some heavy hits, but he's still death marching towards you, Nadine. So you're gonna get vortex coming in on you, Nadine.
Bring it.
36,
Yeah, that hits.
34,
That hits.
Alright, all 4 are hitting, so... Take a total of 55 damage.
Wow, how much healing can you do in one turn?
Not 55.
And you take 1 point of bleed.
Like con damage or like just bleeding damage?
Bleed. Like HP of bleed, right?
Yeah, HP bleed, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Could be
Alright,
worse, I guess.
it could be worse. That is its turn. Wyoming, it's your turn.